Baptist Church was. It's a parking lot now.
So did you actually meet John Lewis or?
Yes, I said he came to the school and we walked over there. I actually met him.
Okay, and y'all sit in. This was like 1962, right?
That was 62. I have a picture on what's called where it was a group of us that was standing up here in front of cross. We demonstrated. We walked from the old Tennessee, up and down Fifth Avenue. You had restaurants in Cross Keys and Mars Cafeteria and everything, and Crassus and all like that. We walked all over town. We demonstrated all over town. And we ended up that particular day at Cross Keys. It was called Cross Keys Restaurant. Well, actually, it was 63.
1963.
It was 63.
Okay.
It was in it was the 62-63 school year.
Okay. And you were in ninth grade, right?
Right.
Okay. Cool. So y'all sat in there. It was a sit-in because what happened? They just weren't allowing colored to eat.
We were seeking civil rights where we could go and sit down and eat in restaurants.
Got you.
In other words, you could go in Crassus and different places, the Crystals. You could go in and purchase food, but you could not sit down. And we were trying to get equally quality.
Nice. So what happened after that? Did they call the police, or what happened?
Oh, yeah, they arrested. They called the police, and like I say, I have a picture where you can see the demonstrators being where we were watching the police. We sit down in the street, and the older kids, like I say, the juniors and seniors, sit down in the street. The police carried them off to jail.
I see. Did you go to jail?
Nope.
That's good. I just wanted the students to know that it's good to be a part of history or have somebody in my family, especially my dad, that was part of history and making things change for the positive here in Nashville, because they were talking about John Lewis today, who was part of a mass lunch counter sit-ins in Nashville at the JFK, JFK Library.
That's right. He was, like I said, he was in, you had John Lewis, you had about 10 that from state, and I got a friend that he was actually part of the original ones that was carried out to jail, that actually took part in actually the nonviolent part of it.
I see. Okay.
In other words, we were just a mass. In other words, we were just a mass showing. But you actually had students from TSU and Fisk and Scary College and Peabody College that was taking training how to actually be spit on, have cigarettes ground in your head and on your shoulders and hands, cuffs, and all like this. They went through a special training. Everybody wasn't geared for that.
I see. So yeah, they actually train people to take that abuse.
They actually trained for it. In other words, you had people that were spit on, went through a training. Because like I say, right today, you have kids in your classroom that could take it. Then you have kids in your classroom would be ready to fight. Am I right or wrong?
That's true.
So you have to be, I'll put it this way. You have to be a special breed. I have a certain temperament.
True.
To put up with some stuff. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But the things that we went through now, this generation is reaping, the golden reward.
I believe it, because we can go sit anywhere, any restaurant,
Right. You could.
and do, just have a good time, and all types of people sitting together, front table, back table, side
Right.
table, windows, on the bar, on the counter, everywhere.
Michael, to go to the show, if like you had the Paramount, you had Lowe's, and you had the Tennessee Theater.
Mm-hmm.
We had to go down the alley, walk down the alley, and go up the stairs and sit up in the balcony to go to the picture show.
Wow.
Same way. I know they've heard about the old Hippodrome where you used to have wrestling and skating.
Mm-hmm. Man, so you
The wrestling
literally
at the Hippodrome, we sat in the back. The ring was up front. We sit in the back.
Mm. So you literally could not come through the front door just to see a movie.
No. When you went to the theater, you had to go down the alley and go through the back side door of the alley and go up steps and sit up in the balcony.
My goodness.
You could not go in the front door.
And this was just, what, 60 years ago?
Well, yeah, about 50, pretty well 60. Because I graduated in 65.
I have some students here that'll be graduating in 25.
But yeah, I came out in 65, you know what I mean? And like I said, that's when you got on the bus, like the bus system. You had to go to the back of the bus. If somebody white came in, I'll just call it like I said, if somebody white came up and needed a seat, if you were sitting down, you automatically moved to the back. It wasn't no sitting wherever you wanted to. You automatically went to the back. And if you was able to get a seat in the back, you sit down. But then if the bus was packed and somebody white came in, you had to actually stand up and let them have your seat.
Like a second-class citizen.
That's right.
So what changed to where the mindset, like, for example, you grew up in that era, and the mindset is if the white man comes in, you move out the way. What change? When did you see that change from that era? I know the Civil Rights Act of 65 came through, but when did that really start to change the mindset?
Well, the mindset, let me put it this way. I can go back further than that. It was a status quo to where welfare, I always believed that welfare came in to where if you gave somebody something and you got used to a certain amount of money in a certain area, you know what I mean, and certain, like I say, status quo, you wouldn't have to worry about nobody moving up. But our parents stressed education. Like education now, I'll tell your class now, knowledge is power and wealth. And that's something, I don't care whether you black, white, blue, or green, that's something that can't be taken away from you.
True.
And our parents stressed education or knowledge. And what happened, my father told me, I was in the 5th grade, my father told me, he said, son, you need an education. He said, because it's going to come a time just to dig a ditch, you're going to have an education. Back then, you could get a job digging a ditch and everything. You know, it was easy. But nowadays, to dig a ditch, you got to be able to read a ruler. You got to be able to operate a backhoe. And like I said, knowledge is power and wealth. And what happened? We got an education. We went to school. Then, when, like I say, knowledge, we start getting better jobs. Once we start getting better jobs, we start making more money. And then, like George Jefferson said, we moved on up.
I don't think they know about the Jefferson in this crew.
But anyway,
that's good. That's all
I know they've heard of, anyway, the thing moving on up and everything. But that's the bottom line. We started getting better jobs, getting educated, getting better jobs, And then the next thing you know, with better jobs, more money, you're able to move out to projects and move on up to Bellmead or wherever.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And so you saw that not everyone, but a lot of people's mindset changed from second-class citizens to where I have equal opportunity now.
Right. Well, Dr. King, like I said, his movement started. You know, we are somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And that started the mindset of you can be better. We are somebody. And like I said, his dream was that it's coming to pass. You know, it's coming in, but we still not quite all the way there yet.
Right. And, that set the precedent to other ethnicities that came to this country to have equal rights as well.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. So we have people come from all over because of that movement and because of that change that happened for the better. Now they have the opportunity that many people would not have had 40, 50, 60 years ago and plus.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I appreciate so much, and it's interesting that your name being John Lewis Morrow would be at the sit-in with John Lewis.
Right. But yeah, he was an outstanding, gentleman.
That's wonderful. Well, we came across the information today, and I said, you know what, my dad was at a sit-in with John Lewis and back here in Nashville back in the 60s. Let me see if I can get him on the phone, and I'm so glad we were able to take this 10 minutes or so out with you. I appreciate you.
All right, babe. I love you.
Love you too, Dad. You have a great
day.
The
class was entertaining.
Yeah, I'm sure you had some people.
Learned something.
Yeah, they were entertained. Got a couple of them smiling and laughing over here.
All right.
Okay, I'll catch you later.
But let them know that I'm a senile old man, though.
Yeah, you're far from that.
Look, I love you, baby.
I love you. Have a great day.
Okay.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.